In the ocean with the fish, like I'm singing sink or swim. Take a swig and swing again. Only way is up from the bottom, so you gotta say it just the way I taught 'em. Make a couple bands, spend a couple bands, running round in circles like a fucking money dance. Spend a couple bands, make a couple bands, running round in circles like a fucking...
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Legit Whiskey Reviews. And today I'll be doing a comparison video between Jack Daniels and Jim Beam mixed with Coke. And joining me today is up-and-coming artist, rap artist, Char.
What's good, everybody? I'm Char, Master CNN 1222. It's good to be back.
Yeah, so he's been in the channel like at the very beginning of the channel where we did something with Jim Beam and Jack Daniels, and that time we had Corey with us, where we were just like sipping on it neat to see which one's better. But this time I wanted to do, it's not blind or anything, but I just wanted to like put some Coke and see which one is better between Jim Beam and Jack Daniels, since they're both classics and people like to mix them. Most typically these bottom shelf ones you like to mix with Coke, so we wanted to compare. These both have Cokes in them, and we just wanted to see which one comes out on top. And at the same time, I'm going to be doing an interview with Char, just so you guys could get to know him better and get to know the music and the artist himself. So that's what we're going to be doing today as we sip on these. So good to have you on the channel again after a long time.
Yeah, it's been like over a year since I've been here last.
Yeah. So it's probably been like 2 years.
You think
I think
so?
yeah,
That long?
yeah, I think it's been 2 years. But anyways, so we have Jim Beam and then Jack Daniels. So our right, your left is Jim Beam, and then Jack Daniels will be on our left, which is your right. All right, so we can just start sipping on. Let's start off with the Jim Beam, and I'll just ask away.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. So let everybody know a little bit about you, just how you got started.
Yeah, so I got started doing music. I randomly kind of decided I wanted to do hip hop and rap. I used to work at this place called the Ninja Park. It's like a gym. And so anyways, on my way to work one day, I was passing by, walking by the ditch, and I was like, I'm going to record a song. So I had like 2 phones on hand at the time. So I held one for the beat and one for the microphone, and I just kind of rapped into them in the ditch, and I recorded my first track 18 years back on my 18th birthday. It was literally the day of. So that's uploaded on SoundCloud. All my real ones know that one from a long time ago.
Yeah, so just the creativity. I mean, you do the best with what you got, and that's cool how you got started with the whole rap thing, just like the way you recorded your first song. So what were some of your like early influences as far as like artists that you kind of like gravitated towards and like influence even your music now a little bit, you would say, if any?
Yeah, my biggest influences, first off, would be Eminem. He's the one that got me into rap in the first place. So it's Eminem, Snoop Dogg, A$AP Rocky. I've always been huge into A$AP Rocky. And then Jubyphonic. She's like a lyricist. I've really liked a lot of her work. Okay.
Those are good artists to like look up to and to like, check out their music and like just get influence from, because those are like some of the biggest artists around. So still to this day. So that's not a bad group of artists to mention and to like gravitate towards. So as far as your music, what are some of the places you've been to as far as like where you've done concerts?
I performed a lot locally here in Albuquerque. I performed at the 401 nightclub, the Jam Spot, Effects, and then I performed out of state a couple times too at the House of Blues out in San Diego. That one was real cool. We sold out, 1,500 people in attendance. We had Rob Stone show up. It was a Little Maru concert. It was really, really cool. 2 San Diego legends there on stage same night that I was there. It was incredible. And then recently I just got back from Sacramento. That was really cool too. We had Phoenix Flexin out there. It was a really, really sick concert. Another sold out show, over 600 people in attendance. I performed with the Indie Riders as well, up to twice so far. It'll be 3 times next month because I'm heading out to El Paso.
Yeah, so I was just going to mention that, like, speaking of Phoenix Flexin and MB Riders, just that specifically, how many big artists you've actually opened up for, or like been shared the same stage with, you could say. And there was also not too long ago, X-Rated. Did he ever perform in that one?
Yeah, X-Rated was here just last week. I performed with him. That one was cool. It was a smaller show, but it was still a good show. Put on a great performance. Me and my homie Isaiah Ilms. Yeah, that was a good show.
Nice. All right, so let's go to the Jack Daniels now. What did you think of the Jim Beam and Coke?
I thought it was nice and smooth. You really don't taste the alcohol at all.
Yeah. All right, let's try this one.
I definitely off the bat would say I like the Jim Beam better.
Yeah, I've always liked the Jim Beam as far as if you're mixing it with Coke better than the Jack Daniels, but it's weird because I always get a strong like banana runts note if I'm just drinking it neat as far as the Jack Daniels. And it's weird, I wasn't expecting to get a little bit of that banana mixed with the Coke, but I can still taste that banana. It's that strong coming through as far as the Jack Daniels, so that's interesting. Yeah. I wasn't expecting to get any of the notes since we're mixing it, but yeah, that's interesting. So as far as your music, as far as your future plans and stuff like that, what are some of the shows you have coming up soon?
The next show I have coming up is going to be NB Riders in El Paso. Me and Ilms are going to be there. That one's going to be another sold out show. If you know NB Riders, you know they sell out every single show, every single time. Living legends. And then after that, I have no other plans until Halloween when I put on my own show for the second time. It'll be the Graveyard Smash here in Albuquerque. It's going to be a huge event we're going to have every year, so make sure y'all tap in.
So yeah, speaking of Graveyard Smash, this is going to be your second year, and that's just something that you started last year during Halloween. And I think for the first year, everything turned out pretty well, and it's only going to grow from here. So I think that's pretty cool that you do that. As far as your music itself, I really like your style, your versatility, as far as the different songs that you put out there. So one of my favorite songs, it's that one that I was talking to you about earlier, where I feel like that's one of the songs that really shows your versatility as an artist, because not only does it display your rap ability, but it also displays your being able to like gravitate towards different genres of music and create music, not just like with rap beats, but just completely different styles. So let everybody know what that song is called.
Yeah, the song is called Who Are You? It's my metal track. I've made a singular song about metal. It's probably my lyrically deepest song. It's all about like discovering who you are and who you want to be, and the fact that people put up different faces and facades depending on who they're around and what they're around. At least for me, when I was a lot younger, it really, really related to that. I grew out of it quite a lot as I grew up. I realized I'm me and I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to be who I am, truthfully and wholeheartly.
Yeah, and I really love that song. The reason I brought it up, again, not only because it's like the type of song that it is, but like I said, it just really, that's one song that sticks out to me. I mean, I love all the songs, but that one stuck out to me because it really displays like how versatile you are with your music, because it just shows your ability to not just stick to one beat or stick to one genre of music. Like you can actually blend and mix together different genres and actually make it a good song that people enjoy. So I that's the reason I brought that one up. I feel like that one is really one that's like, you know, that really stands out to me and displays your skills as a rapper, artist.
Yeah, it's a real important thing to me. Like lyricism has always been the number one thing for me. Like the way I see it is like when you first hear a song, like at least for me, I don't really pay attention to the lyrics until like the first or second, third time I've heard the track. And then it starts to mean more to me than just like, oh, this sounds good. But like initially you want the song to sound good. But my favorite thing about tracks is when you go back and listen to them and you realize like what they're saying and what the song's about, and it means more to you. And if you've like been through the similar experience, then it connects to you like as a person.
There you go. Let us know like a little bit about where we can find your music.
I'm on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever you want, you can name it. I'm guaranteed you can find it.
And then so if we wanted to find you, actually look you up, let's say Spotify, how do we find you on Spotify?
You find me as Master CNN 1222. I chose that name because it's extremely unique. and there's not a single person with the name Master CNN.
But your performing stage name is Char, right?
Yeah, everybody calls me Char because it's Char no less because I am Charles.
Yeah, so he goes by Char. All his socials and everything is mostly under, like you said, Master CNN 1222, right?
Yeah, every single thing under Master CNN 1222.
And then how many monthly listeners do you average on Spotify?
On my highest, I hit around 2,000. Normally, I hit close to like 200 or so.
Okay.
Yeah, regularly I stay around 200.
And he's just started out. I mean, basically from within like the last years, basically when you've really taken it serious and started to get a little buzz and just started taking off and actually performing on stage and stuff like that. So it hasn't been a very long time, but the progress, you can actually see the progress if you listen to his music and stuff. Yeah, so let's. What did you think of the Jack Daniels?
The Jack Daniels was pretty good. It definitely tastes a lot more of the Jack Daniels in the Coke than you do for the Jim Beam. I'd say they're both pretty solid, pretty good. I certainly wouldn't have any complaints about drinking either of them. But if I were to pick, the Jim Beam's the one I'm going to go for.
I feel like the reason I like the Jim Beam more is because those flavors from the whiskey don't overpower the Coke. I mean, you still can taste that you're drinking whiskey and Coke or bourbon and Coke, whatever, but you don't, some of the notes that let's say the Jack Daniels, there's certain notes in there that I don't like to taste when I'm mixing it with Coke, and it comes through still even with the Coke, so that's why I kind of gravitate towards the Jim Beam.
Yeah.
So that would be my choice if we're actually comparing them with Coke. I know a lot of people would disagree because there's a lot of people that love Jack Daniels out there, but as far as me, I would pick Jim Beam if we had to choose today. That would be my choice.
Yeah, same here. It's got a cleaner flavor.
Yeah, like you said, though, I wouldn't complain about any of these. But a few more questions I wanted to ask you. Like, what's your biggest song right now? Let's say, like, on Spotify.
My biggest song is either Money Dance or it's Myriad Truths. Myriad Truths is like an electronic type of song. It's like a breakup song, essentially.
Okay.
And then Money Dance is just basically about the whole idea of putting everything you have into whatever passion you have. You got to spend some to make some, and you got to keep reinvesting what you've made to make more because you want to pursue it wholeheartedly, you know? If you're going to do it all the way.
And why do you think those songs are your two top songs on Spotify?
I'd have to assume it's probably because it like speaks to a lot of different people. Like a lot of people who like do music alongside me, they really relate to Money Dance because it's all about like you keep pushing and keep pushing and keep putting more in as you keep getting more back. And then the other song, like everyone's gone through a breakup here and there that's like really stung. So I mean, like everyone's got a song like that.
There you guys have it. If you're gonna listen to a song on Spotify, make sure you check out Money Dance. That's a big one. As far as like currently what you're working on, what's a song that, let's say, you're working on currently that you haven't released yet?
Right now I'm working on Twilight with A.O. Bud. That's in the projects right now.
He's a great producer.
Yeah.
He makes some sick beats and that's to me that's like an up and coming name, and especially locally here, but beyond that, A.O. Bud.
Yeah, A.O. Bud, let me hear it.
Yeah, so you said the Twilight is a song. What type of song is that?
It's my first step into EDM. I'm gonna try to make a EDM EP. I say try, but it's going to happen. I've already got everything written out. It's about 4 tracks long. Twilight's the only one that's actually got work put into it.
That little snippet that you let me listen, is that gonna be the actual beat for the song?
Yeah, that's the beat.
So you guys are really, if you check that out, if you're into EDM or even just like that, see, he's not just he's like mixing everything into his music. It's not just like straight rap or let's say like trap beats or anything like that. He like blends a little bit of everything into his music, and that's why I can stand behind it and actually back it and actually have him on my channel, because I believe in it. I feel like, you know, his versatility more than anything as an artist is what really stands out and doesn't like pigeonhole him in like one type of music or one audience or one anything. Like you can't like hold him like that. I feel like that's what I like about it. So
yeah, that's the main thing I really want to do. The way I see it is art is creative freedom. And as someone who did visual art for a majority of my life, I've done painting and drawing, pencil and pen, and then I switched into digital, and then from digital I started doing music. And so I kind of do all of it still, but like the most important thing to me is making an image in your mind and making it reality. Or in music's case, you have a sound in your head and you bring it to other people's ears.
All right, so there you guys have it. Today the winner for us, for me at least, was Jim Beam. Yours too,
Same
right?
here.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys got a little bit more insight into Char as the artist himself and what he's all about. We're gonna leave a link to all his stuff in the description below. Anything else you want to say before we close out here?
Just it's been a pleasure to be back on.
Yeah, and pleasure to have you, and this was fun. And maybe we'll, a little bit of time passes and we'll have to do another interview soon, because I know a lot of big things are coming up, so it's only gonna grow from here. So this was just the beginning, something quick I wanted to do just so you guys could get to know him a little bit better. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode and interview. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, and keep it legit, and do it for the love of whiskey. Cheers.
Cheers.